News on Capitol Hill today, CEOs of the largest social media companies faced a bipartisan grilling during a Senate hearing on protecting children online. And one of the most dramatic moments came when Meta's Mark Zuckerberg was pressured to face parents in attendance and apologize.
Elsewhere, the bosses of 5 major tech firms, they've been testifying at a Senate hearing about what they're doing to protect children from online sexual exploitation.
Mr. Zuckerberg, you and the companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands. You have a product. You have a product that's killing people.
They are the heads of the world's biggest tech companies. Despite collective wealth measured in the trillions, it didn't stop the 4 CEOs being grilled by members of Congress.
Imagine a platform designed to connect you with the world, but instead it becomes a minefield for your child. That's the harsh reality for families facing the dark side of social media. This week, the Senate grilled tech giants, demanding answers and accountability. But amidst the heated exchanges, one moment stood out: Mark Zuckerberg's apology. Was it enough? Join us as we delve into the complex world of online safety, the Senate's grilling, and the ongoing fight to protect our children. Tech giants grilled by United Senate. Nation's top social media CEOs face a fury 4-hour Senate grilling on Wednesday. Concerns about the impact of their platforms on young people's mental health, child exploitation, and abuse dominated the questioning. While the CEOs acknowledged issues and highlighted efforts to improve, senators remained unconvinced. Their criticisms, backed by applause from grieving families, focused on industry lobbying efforts, hampering legislation, and calls for stricter regulation. In a rare move, Meta CEO Zuckerberg offered a direct apology to families directly affected by platform's harms. However, a pivotal question lingered unanswered. Will bipartisan consensus among senators translate into concrete action and new regulation for these powerful platforms? These rephrased texts condense the original passage while retaining the key information and framing the central question as the main takeaway. It also avoids using inflammatory languages like grilling and hammered to present a more neutral perspective. Tech giants face Senate heat amidst growing concerns for children online. Summoned to a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, top executives from X, TikTok, Snap, and Discord faced scrutiny on Wednesday. The purpose? Drumming up for support for federal legislation to protect children online. The session comes amidst alarming concerns about young people's safety. The statistics are stark. Daily reports of online child sexual abuse material have multiplied tenfold in the past decade, reaching a staggering 100,000 in 2023, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Furthermore, Surgeon General Vivek Murthy's recent advisory raises red flags about the potential mental health impacts of social media on young users. His statement highlights the lack of evidence confirming its safety and points to growing evidence of potential harm. In the presence of parents at the hearing served as a powerful reminder of both issues. Senators emphasize their stories shed light on the real-world consequences these platforms can have on children's well-being. This rewrite condenses the information while emphasizing the urgency of the issues, using impactful statistics and quotes and highlighting the human element through the presence of parents. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, the Republican ranking member on the panel, addressed Mr. Zuckerberg, stating, "I know he doesn't intend it this way, but he has blood on his hands." This statement received applause from families present, holding photos of their children. Graham further emphasized, "You have a product that's killing people." During later the part of the hearing, Senator Josh Hawley, a Republican from Missouri, urged Meta Zuckerberg to offer a direct apology to the families present in the room. He emphasized, "They're here. You're on national television. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?" Zuckerberg, overseeing a company that includes Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, stood up and turned towards parents, expressing empathy. "It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered," he reassured them, stating, "And this is why we invest so much and are going to continue the industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the things your families had to suffer." Chairman Dick Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois, labeled online child exploitation as crisis in America, attributing it to rapid technological changes providing predators with powerful new tools to target children. He criticized digital platforms for design choices, insufficient investment in trust and safety, and prioritizing engagement and profit over basic safety, stating, "All these have to put our kids and grandkids at risk." In his opening statement, Graham acknowledged the positive aspects of social media platforms but highlighted that the dark side hasn't been dealt with. Graham emphasized that addressing the negative aspects is necessary, stating, "It's now time to deal with the dark side because people have taken your idea and they have turned it into a nightmare for the American people." In response, the CEOs collectively emphasized the measure they have implemented to address these issues. Meta recently revealed its intention to conceal content considered inappropriate for teens and advocated for age verification during app downloads. The CEOs of Snap and X expressed public support for the Kids OnlineSafety Act, a notable bipartisan bill discussed during the hearing. TikTok also announced an increased investment of $2 billion in safety initiatives for the current year. However, when the conversation shifted to mental health, particularly focusing on Zuckerberg, due to concerns raised about Instagram's impact on young girls, he consistently contested any direct correlation. While acknowledging the importance of examining the effects of mobile devices and social media on teen mental health, "I take the issue very seriously," he stated in his opening statements. "Mental health is a complex matter, and the existing body of scientific work has not established a causal link between social media use and adverse mental health outcomes in young people." Senator Jon Ossoff urged Zuckerberg to recognize the inherent danger faced by young people online and on his platform, citing instances of self-harm, low esteem, and the illicit sale of harmful substances. Ossoff questioned whether Zuckerberg agreed that the internet and his platforms in particularly pose risk for children. "I acknowledge there are harms we need to address," Zuckerberg responded, maintaining his belief that his platforms are safe for kids. Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana expressed disagreement, asserting that Zuckerberg's belief should disqualify him from leading the company, especially if he doesn't recognize the harm Instagram may be causing to young individuals. Moving from talk to action. Transitioning from discussions to concrete measures, Wednesday's hearing marked the inaugural occasion when Snap CEO Evan Spiegel presented testimony on Capitol Hill, addressing concerns that Snapchat may be negatively impacting the mental health, physical well-being of children. Simultaneously, Snapchat faces a class action lawsuit from several California parents, alleging that a platform played a role in their child's fatal fentanyl poisoning through pills purchased on Snapchat. Expressing deep regret, Spiegel acknowledged the misuse of his service causing harm. He vocalized his endorsement for the Kids OnlineSafety Act during the hearing, emphasizing the importance of providing legal avenues for those harmed by social media platforms. The COSA bill aims to establish legal recourse for individuals affected by the action of social media companies, ultimately urging the industry to assume greater responsibility in preventing harm. "I want to advocate for broader industry support for legislation safeguarding children online," stated Spiegel. "While no legislation is flawless, having some guiding principles is better than having none." Yacarino expressed X support for COSA, whereas Chew, Citron, and Zuckerberg refrained from committing to endorse the bill in its present state. While national legislative initiatives have faced challenges, state legislators have introduced over 100 bills nationwide, seeking to regulate children's interaction with social media. During the hearing, Durbin acknowledged the struggle to advance federal legislation, emphasizing that the tech industry alone is not responsible for the current situation. Those of us in Congress must reflect on our role. Graham asserted that the Republicans are prepared to respond to the situation, stating these companies need to be regulated or the situation will only worsen. Senator Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee, a co-sponsor of COSA, emphasized that the issue extended beyond congressional support. Addressing the CEOs directly, she expressed frustration, stating, "We've been working on this stuff for a decade. You have an army of lawyers and lobbyists that have fought us on this every step of the way. Are you going to stop lobbying against this and come to the table and work with this?" While all the company leaders indicated a willingness to collaborate on legislation, there was little consensus on their support for the various bills advocated by the lawmakers. Yacarino of X expressed support for the SHIELD Act, focusing on criminal prosecution for sharing private images online without consent, and the Stop CSAM Act, aimed at combating child sexual abuse material. When asked about his stance on the latter measure, Chu mentioned alignment with its spirit, but reserved complete commitment until it became law. Zuckerberg acknowledged agreement with the goals in some bills, but critiqued the specifics, redirecting attention to Meta's own legislative proposal. The question remains, can tech titans be tamed? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.